Greetings, Portal Masters. My name is Jack, and welcome to another IRL video. It's not an unboxing this time, because today I kind of want to talk about Skylanders figures that should have got legendaries. Right? This video is kind of inspired by Skylander Gaming TV's Skylanders that should have light cores, and also Ignite the Fire's possible legendary Skylanders. I've watched them both and I thought, hey, that could be pretty cool. So, I've decided to give it a shot myself. I don't know how many I'm going to talk about or how many from each game, but I'm just going to discuss some Skylanders that I think could possibly have legendaries, what they could do for those legendaries, and how it would look. So, without further ado, let's just get straight into this. Okay, so for my first choice of Skylanders that should have legendaries, I decided to pick Lightning Rod. This one here is Series 2 Lightning Rod, but it doesn't really make that much of a difference. So, in Sparrow's Adventure, you've got your 32 roster. And the thing is, out of those 32 Skylanders, 7 elements get legendaries in either the first or the second game. Or you got Series 2 Legendary Ignite for Fire. But what I noticed is that there's no legendaries for first game characters that are air element. So I decided to start thinking about this and decided, what about Whirlwind? You could have some kind of golden gradient on her wings, golden horn, golden chest patterns. But I thought, I'm not entirely sure about this. Let's look at someone else. I looked at Sonic Boom. There's just not enough to work with. There'd be very subtle gold bits on it, but that'd be about it. So I decided, Lightning Rod. First off, Lightning Rod's an underrated Skylander. I see him on a lot of top 10 least favourite lists, and I don't know why. I personally like him a lot. So I got to thinking, right? All the blue skin, that can be the black portion. And I decided, since they're already kind of gold, make a brighter gold for the bracers, give him golden hair, and if you wanted to even go so far, you could give him gold, you could get a kind of golden metallic paint for more gold and put that on the lightning bolts. I also thought, what if you made the base golden? And I realised that's supposed to show off his element, even though it is technically part of his body. So that exactly is why I think Lightning Rod should have gotten a legendary. On to the next one. Okay. I don't know why I accidentally pressed record and then pause immediately. If you notice that, please ignore it. Now, I just want to say that while I'm making this list, the date is currently 12th of July as I'm recording this. And as of right now, I don't have any legendary figures myself. I don't even have any dark figures. I am thinking of getting a legendary though. I'm thinking either Chop Chop, Stealth Elf, or Trigger Happy. But speaking of the tech element, I decided Drill Sergeant could get a legendary. Right? Reasoning for this is that he's only got 3 colours throughout his entire body. He's got, unless you don't count the white. So what I thought was, for all the gold on his body, just make that more golden for the legendary. Like, the legendary version of gold, not the gold that's on Drill Side. And that doesn't make any sense, I know. But I then thought, the white bits on his eyes and mouth, make those black as well. You can probably get away with that. These black bits, you should make them black. Well, they already are black. But then if you also make all these red tints here, if you turn those black, then you should have, in theory, a really good legendary. Since Drill Sergeant is an Archean, or he's made by the Archeans, you wanna know who else was made by the Archeans and also got a legendary? It's Bouncer. They look like father and son. But Bouncer got a legendary. The red was black. I think the red was actually gold. I'm not entirely sure. Do not quote me on that. But no. Bouncer got a legendary. And it works really well. The gold here is gold. I mean, most of his gold has actually turned to the bluish black. But the point is, they've got pretty much the same colours, and Bouncer got a legendary, while Drill Sergeant did not. So I just feel like maybe Drill Sergeant could have a legendary figure. Alright, this next figure is one I don't have, which is why I'm going to have to pick you guys up. And I'm just going to bring you over to here. Nightfall. I feel like Nightfall should have gotten a legendary figure. And here's the reason. In Superchargers, Astro Blast, the light element supercharger, ended up getting a what do you call it? A legendary. So did this vehicle. And honestly, I have the vehicle. This also could have gotten a legendary. Right? Made this bit gold, that bit black. You're sorted. Right? That would actually look pretty cool as well. However, Nightfall did not receive a legendary. If I view by legendary here on the Skylanders character list, you'll see for Trap Team, these 4 legendaries. Superchargers, there you go, there's Astro Blast. And there's the Sunrunner. Look, Tri-Tip and Pit Boss, Earth and Undead. Notice how throughout all of these, the Dark Element never got any legendaries. So I feel like, since Superchargers was the game that Light got a legendary, I feel like you could do the same for Nightfall. Give her a legendary, right? There's these purple bits, they can be made gold. You can make this black. You can make these gold. You can make that gold. You can make this full on black. Right? And there you have what could be a really good legendary, in theory. Whether, if you were to actually try to execute this plan, I don't know how well it would turn out, but I feel like Legendary Nightfall would be a pretty cool legendary to have. For this next one, I can't decide which one I want to choose, so I'm going to talk about both of them. So, let's set the scene. It's 2012, right? 2011 to 2016 was such a blissful time, honestly. But Skylanders Giants had came out, and you're gathering up the legendaries, and you realise, Water has 2 legendaries, Tech has 2 legendaries. What about the other elements? Air only has 1, and so does Life. And I already talked about Lightning Rod earlier, which could have technically made it 2, but he didn't get a legendary, so it's still technically 1. So, I thought, let's have a look at Swap Force. And then you realise, oh, whoa, we got 2 legendary swappers here. So, I decided maybe we should get a second giant. And I may have made the hints too obvious by what elements I've hinted at, but I feel like T-Rex or Swarm could make pretty cool legendaries, right? These, right, they're a bit close. Don't worry about that. But both of these could make really good legendaries, because not only would it it cancel out the imbalance of Swap Force members to Giants members legendaries. Right, I'd assume Activision would only make one of these two an actual giant. Now I know T-Rex already got a gnarly form, but I feel like both of these have the potential to become absolutely killer legendaries. Starters, these grey sections on Swarm, turn those straight up black. And then you got the actual golden segments themselves. Make them gold. It would have more of a contrast. It would look absolutely dope. Right? The wings could possibly be made golden. Right? I'm not sure what colour you'd actually do the wings. But I feel like maybe you could keep them as white, I don't know. This air element symbol could be gold. And I don't know if you noticed, but these are like more yellow than gold. You could turn the rest of his fist black and make his weapon like more golden, or you could just straight up make the entire fist golden. So that's Swarm done. I'm gonna move you to the back if you don't mind. So next is T-Rex. Right, he's got a lot of detailing in his wood. That doesn't sound very good. But you can see there's sorry. But before I accidentally did that, you could see that the wood is very detailed. There's black and there's brown. Right? You can just straight up make that whole thing like just completely black. Right? That would be menacing. And now his clothing, like his awesome shorts, this red chest plate thing, his head crest, I want to say. I'm not good with anatomy or anything like that. And then also his fist here. You can make them all golden. If you wanted to add a little bit more effect, you could make these little arm spikes. You see the little spikes in his arm? You could make those black. Right? You could have an entirely golden fist here with black spikes coming off. And then make this one golden. I feel like that would work immensely well. Which is why I feel like one of these two giants could, or even should, have gotten a legendary in Skylanders Giants. Okay, I was about to end the video, but then there was one more Skylander that popped into my head that I thought could possibly get a legendary. Now, I've done it again. Right. So, the Spyro's Adventure Starter Pack came with 3 Skylanders. It came with Gilgrunt, it came with Spyro, it came with Trigger Happy. I want you to think a little closer. Spyro got a legendary. Trigger Happy got a legendary. But you know who didn't get a legendary? Gilgrunt. Gilgrunt did not get a legendary figure. Which means he's the only one who's left out who didn't get a legendary, right? Across both the starter packs. There was the DS starter pack and there was the main console starter pack. Every single Skylander has gotten a legendary since then. In Giants, Igniter and Stealth Elf got legendary figures. Spyro and Trigger Happy already had legendary figures. But Gilgrunt didn't receive a legendary. The poor guy. So I feel bad for Gilgrunt here. Which is why I think he could have actually gotten a legendary. And you know what? It could have actually turned out really, really well. Right? Skin, turn it black. You notice these bits of darker blue on different clothing items on him. You could turn all of that gold. Right? That would work awesomely. Then, these barrels, you could turn them gold and add these little other colour. I can't tell what colour that is. It's like a brownish, purplish, I don't even know. What colour it is, it's too hard to tell. I'm not colourblind, I promise. But you could turn these bits black. It would have more effect. As for his gun, I'm not sure whether you'd want to change the colour of this bit itself, but definitely make the harpoon golden. And with that in mind, I feel like you could actually have a pretty decent legendary with Gilgrunt, and it would bring justice to the Sparrow's Adventure starter packs. Gilgrunt would finally be included. So with that, I'm going to end the episode here. If you did like this video, then leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, be sure to ring the notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time I upload. I'm uploading once every 3 days. The next one is on Tuesday, this Tuesday, which is the 13th. So stay tuned for that. That is assuming I decide to upload it today. But until next time, see you then, Portal Masters.